G'day, Matt from Green and Gold Rugby here. Today I wanted to talk about the Waratahs and just have a look at their fitness, as the 3 tries they've let in since the bye have all been in the second half. But let's start off by looking at what the Tahs do really well, which is the power game. So in this clip starts with a tight head to the Tahs. Burgess goes for a great run, and then watch at the breakdown here as the Tahs absolutely demolish the Chief, working in pairs to drive them back right to their line.
Attacking opportunity, and they're very close as the crowd roars.
The ball gets a little bit slowed down here, but the Tahs have realigned in attack, giving 2 waves of runners.
Neil, now Drew Mitchell, out it goes, Ryan Cross, back on the inside, Mitchell, he's taken.
Good defence from the Chief.
Now, even when Tatafu Plotter now gets in a little bit of trouble, he uses his power and then some help from Ben Moen to create good ball, and once again the Tahs are on the front foot. Some quick ball here and some good realignment on the short side, and they're in for a simple try.
The gap opened up, and Atiali Pakalani.
Now let's have a look at them in the second half at the 70th minute mark. First of all, a complete shocker of a kick from Drew Mitchell. Then Daniel Halangahu, with his forwards basically standing still, doesn't even put the ball out, leaving the ball in play with the Chiefs' dangerous back 3. And now watch Leila Masaga as he basically runs past an almost stationary Tahs defensive line and bounces off 3 different Waratahs before he's actually brought down. Now look at the Waratahs defensive line here. It's absolutely stationary. If anything, maybe it's going sideways a little bit. Men literally walking in it, which Bob Dwyer talked about during the week. So, as Tim Horan says, they're literally out on their feet.
The Waratahs are out on their feet.
Now let's have a look at another game from the week previous, where the Crusaders had quite literally flown around the world to play against the Sharks at Twickenham. It had been a high-intensity game. In fact, it had 5 more minutes of play in it, with 36 minutes of play than the Waratahs did against the Chiefs, where it was only 31 minutes of play in the game we just saw. But at the 78th minute mark, look at the Crusaders here in each of their defensive lines as they come up, close down the space that the Sharks have. Even if the Sharks make a half gap, look how even the tight forwards are running back into the line to create yet another line and then to sprint out of that line and close down the defensive space. They're even still hassling at the breakdown and looking to create a turnovers, one of which we'll see in just a minute. Now, apart from the time and play, a lot of the stats are pretty similar between the Tahs games against the Chiefs and this one, except that the Crusaders had made 160 tackles versus the 120 tackles that the Tahs had to make, so no excuses there. On top of that, George Whitelock, who we'll see almost run the length of the field in just a second, has actually made 16 tackles before he makes this run, which makes it even more incredible. Anyway, this just raises the question for me, which is if the Tahs are going to be really serious contenders and need to beat somebody like the Crusaders or even the Sharks who are still running at this point in this game, then really they're going to need to look at their power versus their work rate.
Somehow Daniel did